So to get started, just head over to Mailchimp.com, and then to get started, just click on sign up free on the top right. And here just type in your email address, decide on a username and on a password. Then I usually make sure that I have this one unticked right here, unless you want to get a lot of promotional emails from Mailchimp, and then you can tick this. Otherwise, just make sure it's unticked and then click sign up. All right, so in this next step, we have to confirm the email address that we have just used to sign up with. So I'm going to go to my email inbox right here, and there we go. We have a new email from Mailchimp. Just click on it and then click on activate account right here, and that will take us back to Mailchimp, where again we have to kind of confirm that we are not a robot. So let's click on I'm not a robot. And then we have to decide on a plan. So for 99% of you, probably the free plan will be more than enough for getting started with email marketing. So I'm going to choose the free plan right here. If you have more than 2,000 contacts that you want to import to Mailchimp, so if you already have an email list, then you need to go with one of the higher plans right here. But for most of you, the free plan will be good. So I'm going to choose this one, click complete. And then we have to give some more information about us and our business. So let me just quickly fill this out right here. And you don't need to fill out the website URL or the phone number part here. As you see here, it's optional. So I'm going to leave this out and click continue. So here Mailchimp is asking us for a physical address, which they need to do because of the international anti-spam laws. They need to put your physical address at the bottom of every email that you'll be sending out to your subscribers. So I usually recommend you just put in your business address right here. And if you don't have one, get something like a PO box that you can use to put in here. Otherwise, you would have to put your home address, and you don't really want to have your subscribers see your home address at the bottom of every email. If you want to get some more ideas of what addresses you can put there, just click on physical address alternatives right here, and then you can read this article from Mailchimp, and then they'll get you some more ideas what you can put in here. But you want to make sure it's a legitimate address, and then we'll move on. So do you have any contacts? Here I'm going to say yes, because I'm going to be showing you how to import contacts to Mailchimp. So how many email subscribers? Let's say we have 500 or less. Click continue. And what do you offer? You can skip all this because it doesn't really matter. You're going to get the same anyway. So click on skip. And you're ready to go, want to stay in the loop. So usually I don't tick any of this because you'll just get you'll get flooded with emails in your main inbox. So I'm just gonna untick all of this and click on let's go. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up the email address that we'll be using to send out emails from. I signed up to Mailchimp using a simple Gmail address, but I want to send out emails from my branded email address, which is simon@madixmedia.com, because it looks a lot more professional, and the chances of actually ending up in the inbox compared to the spam folder of my subscribers is a lot higher when you use a branded email address from your own domain. So that's really what you want to do. Don't use something like AOL, Gmail or Hotmail to send out emails from. Actually get your own domain, which costs like $9, and then set up your own branded email address. So to set this up inside of Mailchimp, we go to the left side menu here where it says website, then we click on website, and then we go to domains. And here we want to set up a new email domain, so we click on verify email domain, and then we type in the email address that we want to set up and send out emails from. In my case, this would be simon@madixmedia.com, because madixmedia.com is my domain. So make sure you actually have access to this domain, that this is your domain. Then click on send verification email, and that will send an email to this exact email inbox that I have just typed in. So you have to have access to this email. So let me just quickly log into this email and confirm that I own this one. All right, so I have logged into my email, and this is what I've got from Mailchimp. So all you have to do here is just copy this code, and then we're gonna go back to Mailchimp, and we're gonna paste this code into this field right here, and then I'm gonna click on verify. And as we see, domain successfully verified, click done. And now you have this new email domain set up, so you can now send out emails using this domain. So you can send out emails from contact@medicsmedia.com, simon@medicsmedia.com, and so on. Now there's one more step I really recommend you do, which is to authenticate your domain. You don't necessarily need to do this, but I really recommend you do it because then it will increase your delivery rates, which means that your emails will be actually be delivered inside of the main inbox of your subscribers, because that's the main goal of email marketing. You want people to see your emails and you don't want to lose them inside of the spam folder or the promotions folder. So it really helps to kind of authenticate your domain. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. Click on Authenticate right here. And don't be scared, this kind of looks overwhelming, but it's not really that hard. You have to add a CNAME record to your domain. So wherever you have registered your domain, you have to log in there. So maybe it's GoDaddy, maybe it's Namecheap. Personally, I have it on Bluehost, so that's where I'm gonna do it. So all you have to do is to log in. So I'm logged into my Bluehost account right here. I'm gonna click on Domains, and I'm gonna go to let's say I'm gonna go to this domain right here because that's the domain I have just set up. Then I'm gonna click on this button right here, click on DNS. So probably for other providers, it's also called DNS or cPanel or something. And if you don't find it, just ask support and they will help you to ask those CNAME records. Here I'm gonna scroll down. I'm gonna look for CNAME right here. I'm gonna click on Add Record. And then I'm gonna go back to Mailchimp. And so this is what you have to copy. This first one right here, copy, go back to Bluehost, and then paste it into the host record. Paste it right here, and then go back to Mailchimp. Then we're gonna copy this one right here, copy, and we're gonna paste it into this. Paste, then click Save. And then we have to do the same thing again for the second one, which is basically just a backup. So again, copy this, go back to your registrar, click on Add Record, paste this here, go back, copy this, copy, go back to Bluehost, paste this here, and then click on Save. Now, usually this takes like 30 minutes until it's propagated and until it works. And Mailchimp will probably send you an email once it's set up. So this is actually everything you have to do. And now you have kind of authenticated your domain, which will really help your delivery rates. You can click on Authenticate Domain right here. And as you see, this is not working yet because it actually takes up to 48 hours. In my experience, it takes like 30 minutes. So depending on what your provider is, it might take longer or shorter. Just go back to your domains right here and then check after like 5 hours if it works. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into your audience settings. So go to the left side menu, click on Audience, and then go to Preference Center on the bottom. And then you want to go to Settings right here and click on Audience Name and Defaults. And here, when you have a free account with Mailchimp, you only get one audience, but that doesn't really matter because one audience is all you need. If you want to segment your audience, you can do that using tags. So don't really worry about that. You can give your audience a name right here. So for me, let's name this Medics Tutorials, which is fine actually. And then we're going to scroll down where it says Form Settings. And this is something I would recommend you turn off, so enable double opt-in, which means that when somebody signs up to your email list using like a registration form or a landing page, then if you have this turned on right here, then they will have to kind of confirm again that they want to be signed up for your email list, for your email newsletter. And that will lead to a lot of people not actually signing up. So to make it easy for you and your subscribers, just disable double opt-in right here unless you really want to use it. So by default, it's turned off anyway. So I'm just going to leave it as it is right here. And then I'm going to scroll down and go to Campaign Defaults, where I can adjust the from name. So when somebody gets an email from you, you want to define the name that they'll see. So for me, I would say something like Simon, and then I would say something like Medics Media, so that they know who I actually am. So make sure this is something that is relevant to you, the from name, which they will be seeing every time they will get an email from you. Then you can change the from email address from what you've used to sign up with to what you have just set up. So for me, I've just set up my domain, which is maddoxmedia.com. So I want to have my default email address be simon@maddoxmedia.com. It could also be info@maddoxmedia.com or contact@maddoxmedia.com. Doesn't really matter. But if you just define it here, you don't have to change it every time when you create a new email. You can also decide on a default subject line from your emails if a lot of your emails will be named the same way, but probably you're not gonna need to use this. And that's pretty much everything I'm gonna do here. You can also give yourself an email when somebody signs up to your email list, but you're just gonna be flooded with emails probably, so I wouldn't recommend this. And that's actually everything I'm gonna do here. Click on Save Audience and Campaign Defaults.